guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Candace Owens, it looks like the Kardashians are trying to get you in a trap. What am I talking about? If you guys don't know, Candace Owens turned her all-seeing eye of Horus onto Britney Spears. There's a lot with Britney Spears. We all know. There's also a lot with Lou Taylor, who was the one that allegedly put Britney Spears in a conservatorship. Also like this with Kris Jenner. Lou Taylor's husband is a pastor. Lou Taylor, she is, for better or worse, the boogeyman of Hollywood. However, the Kardashians, it has been alleged by a bunch of people, they have business ties with Lou Taylor that have done some really shady things. If there's any truth to it, I 100% believe that Candace Owens is going to get to the bottom of it. However, the one thing we need to actually look out for is this trap that the Kardashians seem to be setting for Candace Owens. Now, you might be saying, Tisa, why would Kim be setting a trap for Candace Owens? Well, let's not forget, Kim over the last few years has delighted in the fact that she has become a billionaire plaything, so to speak. She, along with her family, believe they have the power to shape the minds of the masses, which is a very, very powerful tool for the billionaires. They keep giving us ish. They need the Kardashians to pour some cherry syrup in it and tell us it's just like, like cough syrup or whatnot. All right, Candace Owens, let me just connect the dots real quick, then we're gonna break it down. Because this is a good one, I promise, just rock with me. See, here's the thing. The Kardashians, Kim especially, I believe they have beef with Candace Owens. Where does it start? It starts with Kanye. Let's not forget what made Kim want to be a lawyer, something she still can't do because you can't buy your way into passing the bar. At least not yet, because if you could, I'm sure Kim would have bought the bar right now. Bought her way into the bar right now. What happened? The issue that happened with Kanye West. Remember when Kanye was off on his rocker talking about slavery was a choice and this, that, and the third? Because, and here's the thing, Kanye doesn't read at all, right? So he was basically repeating mess that he had heard while Candace Owens, an actual intellect, was actually talking. Now, you can agree with Candace or not. The one thing that I don't think anybody can argue with is she is a very formidable intellect, okay? Kanye was basically just repeating what he remembered Candace telling him. When he was going off his rocker saying slavery is a choice, telling Kim to kiss his B-U-T-T, going off there in Montana, when around the time they tried to get Kanye committed, him and Candace were like this. There were rumors that Kanye actually had some type of crush on Candace. For those of y'all saying that will never happen, Kanye got a few types. There's the Biancas, there's the Kims, but also there are the Alexis, there are the Amber Rose. Put it like this, Candace Owens is easy on the eyes, and she was easy on Kanye's eyes. On top of that, at that time, Kanye allegedly was always reminding Kim, you don't know nothing, you not that smart. Candace. As a matter of fact, what made Kim want to go to law school was because of how tight Kanye was with Candace Owens and how dumb she felt because she could never hold up a conversation. She couldn't come in those rooms. She felt like her husband was being pulled away from her, so she did everything she could to put a wedge between Kanye and Candace. All right, they fell out. When they got back together, as far as friendship, Kanye and Candace was after he divorced Kim, and Kanye did that white t-shirt that pretty much, I would say ruined his career, but I think at Kanye, it just exposed who he was, right? Okay, so we all of that. Needless to say, Kim got beef with Candace. However, Kim also is willing to be the bait for larger, more influential people. Candace lately, what she's been doing, people have been calling her a truth teller. People have been saying this, people are saying that. Candace is being sued by the French government. They are trying to get her for slander and defamation. They are trying to take her whole platform away. I don't care if you're a fan of Candace or not. I'm just telling you what I see happening, okay? Candace has now turned her eye on Britney Spears. Britney Spears is deep evil Hollywood lore. Britney Spears is deep the Kardashians involved lore. There are so many conspiracy theories about that right now. A lot of people think at least one or two of them have to be real. Candace is now going after the Britney Spears, Lou Taylor. Lou Taylor and Kris Jenner have built dynasties together and both separately. If Lou Taylor was to go down, I believe even Cardi B uses Lou Taylor in them. If Lou Taylor was to go down, TriStar Entertainment, 80% of Hollywood would go down. 80% of Hollywood. The things they did to Britney, the things they did to Wendy, the things that they do, the slimiest things. If even if 1% was proven true, is curtains. Lou Taylor has an interest in shutting Candace Owens up. The Kardashians, Kim, has an interest in shutting Candace up. Not just business, if she exposes something, but also that she actually has beef with Candace. The administration currently, who Kim is very, very tight with, I believe has a vested interest in shutting Candace up. Half of the world leaders right now, starting with that French president that's suing her, which is unheard of that the president of a sovereign nation is suing a blogger, right? They have an interest in shutting Candace up. Candace right now is going to war with a certain Middle Eastern country, blaming them for the death of somebody Candace claims she was very, very tight with. Also, Kim just opened 15 stores in that same country. Also, Kim is super tight with Jared and Ivanka. Jared and Ivanka have a lot of deep interests in that certain country. Again, it's all a web. And if you believe that all these people are connected, they all have a vested interest and a common goal of shutting Candace Owens up. Now, I know you're like, okay, Tisa, fine. I established that they have an interest. So how could this shut Candace up? Well, I'll tell you. We saw the defamation lawsuit from the French president suing Candace Owens, which I 100% believe is to shut her up about the current administration and what's going on in the Middle East and how I do. Again, I'm not going to get into every connections, but I think there's something there, okay? However, the French president is the French president. A lot of stuff they want to do won't really have an impact on an American citizen. However, consider this. Who else did Kim just say that she's suing? Ray J. She's suing Ray J for defamation. What's the lawyer she's using? Alex Spiro, Beyonce's lawyer, Jay-Z's lawyer, Elon Musk's lawyer. Alex Spiro is one of the illest and realest to do it. And to get this, they're suing Ray J for defamation, slander, all that stuff. Okay, so how does this play into it? Well, let's actually connect the dots. Kim is fine to be used as a tool, I believe. Again, this is all my opinion. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. I could be dead wrong about all this. She just did, now that Candace turned her all-seeing eye horse on Britney, Khloe and Kim, because you know Khloe will always be the concubine. Well, no, maybe that's not fair to say. The dummy, right? She always will jump on Mrs. Me Too. They had a slumber party out the blue with Britney Spears as if they're tight, as if anything's going on. And the thing is, I think Kim is trying to goad Candace into pulling the Kardashians and her into her deep dive investigation about what is going in Britney Spears. And I believe that when Candace crosses that line, because she probably will, because Candace Owens, I follow her, but every time I tune back in, right? Because it's like I follow her, and then she goes a little bit too much, like, girl, you're doing too much. And then I pop back in a few months later, be like, what's Candace talking about, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, she will. We saw what she did with the French president. She obsesses. We saw what she did with Kamala Harris. We saw what she does. We see what she's doing with the C. Kirk thing, right? So we see that. I believe that they are trying to bait Candace into looping Kim and the Kardashians in. And I think that's when Kim is going to step in with her. And I think that's when Kim is going to step in with her lawyers. And it's going to have to be her lawyers because you know she's not going to become one anytime soon unless she actually sits down and study. But I think Kim is going to step in with her lawyers. And I think on American soil, they're going to mobilize the entire Kardashian empire, all the press, all the influence, everything, to literally go to war and try to get Candace Owens shut down and get her platform pulled down for defamation of slander. I believe they're going to use 𝐼𝐸𝐴𝐸, and I believe that the Kardashians are going to do it because all the other people, like Lou Taylor, like the administration, if you believe that, like what's going on in the certain countries in the Middle East, like everything, I believe they have to keep their hands clean. So they're going to have the Kardashians do it, and they are going to try to whatever. Again, Candace Owens is walking a very dangerous line right now. I think their goal is to completely take apart her platform and to silence her. And I think Kim, because she allegedly has felt some type of way because Candace always made her feel stupid and Kanye always talked about how smart Candace was and all this other stuff. I believe that she would probably do this for free, but the fact that it, kills so many birds with one stone, yeah. Anyway, you guys, that's my theory on why Kim and Khloe popped up magically in Britney's bed after Candace announced she's looking into what actually happened to Britney. You guys, I'm actually really interested to see how this goes because, yeah. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think of my theory. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.